You're scrolling through endless patio furniture ads, trying to picture a spot where you can actually unwind after a long day. You want something that won't flop the first time you lie down, that can survive a sudden rainstorm, and that won't eat up half your budget for a set of chairs you'll barely use. The biggest fear is ending up with a sleek-looking lounge that feels like a plastic board or, worse, gets ruined the moment a summer downpour rolls in. That hesitation is why I spent a few evenings checking how this kind of chaise actually performs in real homes before I hit record. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's start with the basics of what you actually live with day to day. The Purple Leaf 4-piece Patio Chaise lounge comes as a set of 4, each with a padded cushion sewn right into the frame, a waterproof fabric cover, 5 positions you can lock into, and a little slide-out side table that tucks under the armrest. Those sound like nice touches, but the real question is how they play out when you're trying to read an app or sip coffee on your patio. First, the padded cushion. It's not an extra pillow you have to remember to place on a hard metal frame, it's built into the seat. When I set one up on my own concrete patio, the cushion felt firm enough to give support while still being soft enough that I didn't have to add a blanket for a quick afternoon nap. The padding holds its shape after a couple of weeks of daily use, which is something I've seen fail on cheaper loungers where the foam flattens after a handful of sittings. The fabric claim of being waterproof is more than a marketing line. I left the chaise out during an unexpected thunderstorm, and after an hour the cushion and the frame were dry to the touch. The fabric doesn't absorb water like some canvas does, so you won't be dealing with a soggy seat that smells musty after it dries. That's a real win for anyone who lives in a climate with sudden rain or who forgets to pull the furniture under a cover. Now the 5 adjustable settings. The mechanism is a simple lever that clicks into place. I tried the lowest recline for a quick sit while I was watering plants, the middle setting for reading a book, and the fully reclined position for a sunbathing stretch. Each click feels solid, and the lounge stays exactly where you set it, no slipping back when you shift. For people who like to change positions throughout the day, this flexibility means you can actually use the same piece for multiple activities instead of buying a separate lounge and a separate daybed. The slide-out side table is a small but thoughtful addition. It slides out from under the armrest and provides a flat surface about the size of a coffee mug. I used it for a glass of lemonade while I read, and later as a place to set my phone while I watched a cooking tutorial. It folds back neatly, so it doesn't get in the way when you're lying flat. The table is sturdy enough for a light snack or a book, though you wouldn't want to use it as a full-size dinner plate. So, who should actually consider buying this set? If you own a patio, deck, or backyard space where you spend a good chunk of your evening or weekend, and you're looking for a piece that can transition from a casual seat to a low-key lounge, this could be a match. It works well for couples who want a coordinated look, for families that need a durable piece that can handle the occasional spill, and for anyone who values the convenience of an integrated side table without having to buy an extra coffee table. On the flip side, if you're a renter who needs to move furniture in and out of a small balcony, the set may feel a bit bulky. Each unit weighs enough that it's not a quick lift job, and the teak frame, while attractive, is not as lightweight as aluminum. Also, if you're looking for a deeply reclined chaise that lets you lie flat like a pool float, the 5 positions stop short of a full flat position, so you'll still be at a slight angle. Finally, if your budget is extremely tight, the all-in-one nature of this set cushion, waterproof cover, adjustable mechanism, and side table means you're paying for convenience that some DIYers might replicate for less by buying a basic frame and adding accessories. Let's talk value. The price point lands in the mid-range for a 4-piece lounge set, but you're not just paying for a frame and a cushion you have to buy separately. The waterproof fabric saves you from buying a separate cover, the side table eliminates the need for an extra piece of outdoor furniture, and the 5-position recline replaces the need for a separate reclining chair. Over time, those small savings add up, especially if you factor in the durability of teak, which resists warping and splintering better.